B1.4, movement of substances. So can substances move into your cells? The answer is yes. So all cells inside your body need glucose, which is a substance gained from food that we eat, and oxygen for respiration. We obviously breathe in oxygen. During respiration, energy is transferred, and we need glucose and oxygen to respire so we can make energy for our body. Glucose and oxygen are carried around your body in the blood. They then pass into the cells when we need them. Can substances move out of cells? Yep, they can. So we've got waste products and they need to move out. So some chemical reactions inside the cells make waste products. So respiration produces carbon dioxide. We don't need carbon dioxide, so that needs to be removed from our cells. Waste products pass out of the cell into the blood. The blood then transports carbon dioxide to the lungs where we breathe it out. I'm looking at two key words here. You'll hear quite a lot throughout science lessons until you finish school. So diffusion and concentration. So diffusion is the movement of particles from a place where they're in a high concentration to a place where they're in a low concentration. Concentration means the number of particles per of the substance present in an area. So diffusion, so imagine you're in a really crowded room and you want to get out. That's the same way particles move. So particles move from a high concentration, so where there's lots of people close together, to a low concentration where there's lots of people, where there's not many people around. So think of it that way. So high concentration, lots of particles; low concentration, not many particles at all. Look at this diagram, might help explain diffusion as well. So this diagram shows how you smell burnt toast in another room. So I've got some different coloured dots here. I've got red and blue. The red ones are the burnt toast particles and the blue ones are just normal air particles. So the particles that make up the smell of the burnt toast move from a place of high concentration in the kitchen, where there's lots of them here, to one of a low concentration, i.e. the rest of the house, because there's not any in the rest of the house. There's low concentration here, high concentration here. So after a minute we can see some particles have started to move away from the high concentration into another room where there's a low concentration of those particles, so a low number of those particles. At first you may only be able to smell the burnt toast in the kitchen, but after a short time you may be able to smell the toast in a living room. Diffusion continues until there is the same concentration of particles everywhere. So they'll keep spreading out until there's the same concentration, the same number of them roughly everywhere. Okay, so when you see the particles move and diffuse into different areas, because there's low concentration here, high concentration here, and they keep going until they're roughly balanced out. Plants also use diffusion. So plants need a constant supply of water for photosynthesis. Water diffuses into the plant through the root hair cells and under the ground. The water molecules move from the soil where there's a high concentration, so lots of water molecules, into the root hair cell where there's a low concentration, so not many water molecules. Water then travels from the root hair cells to other cells in the plant by diffusion. Why do plants wilt? So if plants are not watered regularly, they will wilt and die. Wilt means when plants go limp and they start bending over. Inside the cells, water fills up the vacuole. So remember from when you looked at plant cells, they had a big vacuole in the middle, so a big area that has the cell sap in. This pushes outwards on the cell, so when it's full, it pushes out on the cell and makes the cell rigid, so it makes it hard. This helps the plant stand upright. If the plant does not have enough water, the vacuole shrinks and the cells become floppy and the plant wilts.